John, when we're talking about real estate and divorce, I felt that it would be great to have you on the show as somebody who specializes in divorces and who can help us out. So valuing homes in a divorce is our topic today. Can you jump into that and kind of give us a little insights on what we should know?
Sure, 100%. And I'll be asking you guys some questions too about what you think. And it's so important in a divorce because it's often the biggest asset in a divorce, someone's marital home or their real estate. Even if they own two homes, oftentimes the collective value of those two is greater than everything else combined, retirement, cars, whatever else it might be. Thing about real estate in a divorce that's different is it's an asset unlike any other because a lot of times one of the spouses will continue to live there. So you have to assess who can afford to buy the other out. Maybe neither can afford. In that case, it's probably the easiest situation. But in any other situation, I would look at it like there are 5 different ways to value a house, and some with varying accuracy. The least accurate is probably a tax valuation. The most accurate is a sale, and that's when having a realtor to be able to weigh in as part of that you can access during the divorce, for your attorney could access during the divorce, makes a big difference. Because I've seen appraisals come back and then look at what they would sell for, what they did sell for a year later, and often they're not too similar. The one that is in the middle is an appraisal. So Matt, anytime someone qualifies for a loan, you guys go out and you hire an appraiser, correct? You send them out to the house. They come back, they give you their appraisal to make sure that you're not making a bad loan. Is that accurate?
Yes. Yep.
So that's one of the ways you can get an appraisal. You could just get the lender's appraisal. Another appraisal you could do is you could hire your own. Each spouse could hire their own appraisal. That does happen. It's a little less efficient because oftentimes a judge may just split the difference down the middle. And it's twice the money. And on top of that, if they are off, then maybe you're now going to pay your lawyer to go in after having consulted with another appraiser or a realtor, again, to say, I have a realtor that says that he can sell this for $100,000 more than this is being appraised, and cross-examine the appraiser on the validity of his assessment versus the real world selling value. So of all the ways to value a home, we've discussed one that we didn't is getting a competitive market analysis. And sometimes what happens is I think that just my gut tells me that might be more accurate than an appraisal, because that person's ready to put his money or her money where his mouth is and say, we're ready to list it. We'll list it at this price. But a problem is oftentimes in a divorce, if the people really don't have much of an intent to sell, if it's for a buyout, or the people are wishy-washy about selling, and you sense it could be just to assess for a buyout, how likely is your firm and how likely is the industry to do a competitive market analysis?
Yeah, I mean, so we actually, so at Engel Volkers, we call it a fair market value. It's a little bit a little bit of a deeper dive than a normal CMA. So CMAs, John, the way that they're working now is literally realtors will go and click a couple buttons and they'll get almost like a computerized version and they tweak it a little bit. But a fair market value is the most detailed and the most accurate from what I've seen in valuing a home. And there's several things that we take in consideration there. Number one, where the market is, where it's going, market absorption rates. We also, if we have not personally been in all of the homes that we're using for comparables, we do contact the realtors and get as much detailed information on the quality of construction, the type of property it is, what type of situation they were in with bidding wars, what type of buyers, where the buyers were coming from. We compile all of that information and then we will give the report. Regardless if somebody is just in the information phase or not, we're doing that much due diligence and digging, and that is complimentary for all of our clients. So John, I think the fair market value is the best assessment you can get. And we're usually within 1% of sale price to 2% of sales price from our fair market value.